Good morning. City planning is maybe not the right term exactly. We're a little bit beyond city planning. We're at a stage now called we built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. Just getting a pen. Good morning, yes, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays. Having a good time. Having a good time, having a good time. I'm a shooting star racing through the sky like a tiger, defying the laws of gravity. I'm a racing car passing by like Lady Godiva. I'm gonna go, whoa, whoa, there's no stopping me. Okay, Sammy. Burning through the sky, yeah. 200 degrees is why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit. I'm traveling at the speed of light, wanna make a supersonic man out of you. Don't stop me now, having such a good time. I'm having a ball. Did I completely fuck that up? I fucking did too. What an absolute spud. No. Did I? How did you do that, you idiot? It fits like that, don't it? I want it to fit like that. Upside down. Oh, what a fucking idiot. Thank goodness. I was fucking spewing then. There we go. Absolutely one of my best there. What a spud central that one is. Alright. Look, we've done a lot. We've done a lot in the last few days on the diorama. Let's grab it out and have a look. At least we'll have a look at what we can fit on the screen. Alright. Oh. Need to wake up for sure. Okay, welcome to the city. So, well, you can't really see much here, I guess, but here you go. So first of all, this is the underground sewerage level of the city. So as you can see, we've got a little fan, like the movie Daylight with Sylvester Stallone. We've got this big piece of whatever this is. Some other things here, blah, 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 blah. This piece comes off. So we'll take that off. So there you go. That's the underground floor. Now on the underground floor we have 3 chicky babes. We have the chick with the dog. I'm not going to get them out. They're all in there. Great. So that's the ground floor. So today we're going to probably lay down some wires and pipes on this ground, just like randomly moving around through here and what have you on random angles. We're going to use straws for that, colour pipes, and maybe I'll lay some other stuff down as well. I've got some other bits and pieces I can use. It's vertical. It's vertical. We're not going to go the U shape as much. We still got some. Like this is angled out. This is going to be hard. Very hard. So here's the thing. So this actually sits up here and it extends out at an angle like that. So it actually comes all the way out above this. Anyway, middle level where is where it's at. So this is the middle level. Great. So first of all, you can see this is the road. This is an ATM machine, which I'm going to put here or something. Yeah, that's good. And then this little pipey thing, letterbox or something, whatever that is. What else we got going on this level? Oh yeah, I need this little thing. I need this little thing, which is like a little. Oh yeah, that's good. Little panda bank. That's good. It is. Here's a 30 centimeter ruler. So it's about 50 centimeters high. Or so. Cool. So this little bit goes here, and what else we got going on? What else we got going on? I will have to grab all the chicks down soon and have a look. The last thing I'm doing now, oh yeah, so I built this, this is a sign, a billboard. And so this billboard is held up by these poles, and it goes at the back here. Can't really see that, but it's here. Fuck me, this is a lot taller than it looks like on camera. Yeah, so that goes there up the top, and then we've got also got a little water tank thing, which is here, and yes, so I'm at a point now where I'm just adding all of the details, right, and making sure all of the bits and pieces work. After that, the next step will be, I like that. After that, the next step will be, I'll take this off, because this is what we're going to be working on, I think. Ooh. This comes out as well. So we should have several small components to paint and work on individually. Right, so we've got this. Ah, not my ATM machine. Ah, not my other machine. We've got lots of little components to work on individually, which is great. But bring this down now. Okay, good. My post. Okay. Okay, back to what I was doing now. Great. It's all looking wonderful. I wish I looked like Studson Studio. That guy is. Did you ever know that you're my hero? You're everything I would like to be. I can try higher than any eagle. 'Cause you are the wind beneath my wings. Yeah, the Howl's Moving Castle is an incredible video. That's actually the first video I ever watched of his. And it is tremendous. Absolutely tremendous. And I also watched his Encanto. He made the Encanto house. What's that house called? Casa something. Yeah, he made the house from Encanto. Casita.
There
you
you
go.
Dad. Hello, welcome back.
Okay. This is good. So now I want to put this down, but do I do it like that? I think that works better. May even go to there. Okay, so now just need to make sure that fits with this. Doesn't. Good checking, Deno. You're a good boy sometimes. Now we have a conundrum. I'm looking at this little floating sign and this little thing. So do I go like this? Slide you across a bit. Do I go like this? Or like this? Maybe I connect the two together and just have a little zigzag bit here. That could work. Yeah, I like that. I'm all about angles, friends. Angles. G'day, Minimancer. G'day, Covert Madness. No, I already said g'day, Minimancer. G'day, Yab. It's still early in the morning, friends. You have to cut me some slack. It is absolutely going to be very big to work on. But we're nothing if not ambitious. Could be ready in time for Crimson if I was that way inclined. I mean, Crimson is 3 weeks away, and if we look at my track records of dioramas, etc., we could indeed have it ready in time. But we won't. We won't be rushing it. I have some cool new electronic bits arriving on Wednesday. This picture. Yes, this looks much better. Yes. Cool. It's been absolute chaos at my house the last few days, by the way. Just getting all this shit like assembled and chaos incarnate. There we go. That looks good. Extend that out a bit more, I think. Very good. Thank you, Scarabost. That's very kind of you. Oops. The goal with this diorama is, so my initial vision was to have a floating city. So I'm not going to be able to achieve that. I wasn't able, and I did try for that actually. I wasn't able to find an interesting base, or a base rather, that fitted in with my goals. Which is a shame. And so we've shifted gears and we've gone for a 3-level diorama, which is cool. Don't think I've ever done one that worked with verticality as much as this one does. So my goal with this diorama was always 2 things. I wanted it to have a lot of cool lighting effects, which is work in progress. And then the other thing I wanted it to have was the ability to turn on a black light, which then made the scene change and look very different. And so using a lot of fluorescent paints, which then under a black light will completely change the appearance of the diorama. So you've got LEDs and you've got black lights. Now I bought a black light a couple of days ago, which I'm contemplating setting up on this right hand side of the diorama, so actually attaching it like this. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that. attaching it might be too much even for me. But it will change how the scene looks in theory. So before we get started on painting anything, we've got to do some tests. We've got to do some tests on the black light and some tests on how bit more super glue. It's a test on how the fluorescent paints react under the black light, which will then probably inform the colours that we paint models. We've also got to factor in normal lighting, so what it looks like under normal lighting. I think we probably just glue this down. Anyway, so there's a fair bit of preparatory work to go before we actually get into painting the diorama. So I want to make sure all of the wiring, yes indeed Frog Jim, I want to make sure all the wiring is accurate, everything works. All that sort of stuff. Once we've determined all that, define long term. Go down. Interesting fact, some plastic reacts with superglue accelerant. And it looks as though this is one of them. Good to know. Look, I'm expecting, when do I think this will be finished? It's not going to be finished super quick. As I said, I've got to do tests. I've got to wire the electronics. So there's a few things that'll need to be done. It says root of all evil. So when we start painting, it won't take long, but I don't expect we'll start painting until Feb, probably at this point. That is the vibes you should be getting. Okay. This. We're going to be able to cut this down. Should we use the Dremel cutting tool for this? Maybe the Dremel cutting tool. If I have some Dremel cutting tool bits, that is. I think I broke my Dremel. G'day, Gary. I think I broke my Dremel cutting tool. Oh, it is broken. That chunky bit's gone. Okay, I need a new Dremel cutting bit. I have one. Nope. Sanding bits. Alright, old school it is. So we will need some decision making in this stream, I think. How do I cut this? That's going to need a different saw. I'm going to have to do that later. Alright, that goes there. This goes here. I'll have to turn that on a slight angle, but I don't think that's going to work. So decisions. Root of all evil side. Is that going to work? No, the ramen shop's actually too small. It's a significantly smaller size. So some of these, such as this, from a model train shop that I went and purchased yesterday. Same with my billboard sign bits, they're from a model train shop. Some of them are from a toy helicopter, such as the stuff on the base. Some of them are 3D printed, so this is from a toy helicopter. This is from a toy helicopter. This is a pipe from Bunnings. These are 3D printed accessories. And then these pink ones are ones from the actual company that makes the models. So bits of bases and what have you. What else? Oh yeah, I've got some Marvel Crisis Protocol bits, which are this water tank and stuff. What do I use to cut brass rod? A scalpel. You just go like this roll it back and forth, and then it snaps. Pretty straightforward, actually. Okay, let's have a look at this. So I might have to put it all together, I think. Yeah, I'm going to put it all together, and I'm going to explain some decision-making things that we're trying to work on. So let's get it all together, and we can have a think about some really crucial decisions. Crucial. Including all the models. This may even be the first time that I have all the models on the scene since I've done some great construction work. I definitely need to put this big long thing in first. I did do a drawing on the last stream. It's actually on the back of my little black cardboard that's on my thing. Come on, get in the hole. Problem I have all the time. Okay. It's gonna be too big. Alright, well, this is fun. What's next? This thing. Okay, so alright, well, I hope you enjoyed as much as I do, little child. Whatever your name is, small human. Alright, let's get some chickie babes on it. So this chick's first. She's going to go here. There's a lot of models. Alright, this chick sits here. Goes here. The hand on the dog. She's there. It's so this is a 30 centimeter ruler, so it's probably pretty close to that dimensions. Yes. We got this chick. We got this chick. We got this chick with her umbrella. We got this chick with the dog. Alright, so let me explain some decision making that we need to do. So first of all, this chick holding her umbrella, she sits on this sign at the top. She's fine, she's having a great time. The dogs here, these ones are all locked in. Great. So, hover bike, chick. So my thoughts with hover bike chick were putting her here. Because she can fly off. Cool. She can fly off at any time. She's on a hover bike. Now, Bucks was of the perspective that both the hover bike and this wheelie chick should be on this road level. I think if I'm going to do the hover bike chick, I'll do this chick on this side. Now, so I've got this ramen chick eating the noodles. So she could go here if we wanted. And I do quite like that. Because she's looking in the right direction. It's got a thing on top of the thing, which isn't too bad. Yeah, so ramen chick on the roof is a possible strong candidate. So we go ramen chick on the roof. Maybe that means we extend this out in a different direction, which is fine. She can be facing more front on if we want. That's a possibility, right? So ramen chick there, hover bike chick here. Some interesting levels on there. Maybe I do extend that out a bit and we put her there like that. That could work. Cool. So the other option that I've been tossing up is ramen chick on this level. This here. Ramen chick here. And then we've got these two girls. This is actually the challenge that I've got right now. Every single girl on this scene is passive, except for this chick. She is firing a gun. Now, Bucks reckoned I should change it to she's taking a selfie. So where does she go? Does she stand here, right in the middle of the scene? Don't love that. Everyone else is not dynamic, and then she's just standing in the middle shooting a gun at nobody. So this is one of the things that I am always really big about. You need to have verisimilitude and storytelling, and everything needs to make sense. And when you've got 8 chicks that are just sort of hanging out and existing, and then you have one chick who's like pew pew, it doesn't work as much. So I've got this chick. She's just standing. I considered having her standing on this level. However, so let's go back to, this is where I think I want to land at the moment. This chick here. So, she's just, broadly speaking, she's going to be there. This chick over this side. There's a lot of circular shapes. We've got circle, 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 circle. So I think that we want to sort of have them be balanced. This chick standing in front of the doorway as an homage to one Dave Colwell who painted this model in front of the doorway. This chick floating up here. She's gonna fall. Cool. Which leaves gun shooting chick. So this chick can go anywhere. Now I've got plenty of little bits to play around with here. I'm definitely going to use this one. This is cool. I don't know what it is, but it's cool. I like it. Put it somewhere. This one I was wanting to use because I feel like it looks like a cool cracked screen. Well, it is a cool cracked screen, but I think it's just got a good spot. What else we got? This thing is a little first aid machine. So this one can maybe go here or something. This is going to be a cool drum, fuel drum, which can get attached to this wall. I'm using these cool dice from the gambler's chest. It's going to be like a lucky dice hanging from somewhere. What else we got? This little thing, which we can just like, I don't know, attach to something, maybe here as well, etc, etc. There's lots of bits. I've got this thing from the helicopter that I bought, that I got for Christmas, which we can use somehow as well. This is an interesting shape. Cut that out. That might work over here actually. Maybe I'll do that for the thing. Can we convert reaching into a thing? Like, truly, I can probably do anything. And I say that without arrogance. We can probably do anything that we want. Do we use this Thanos's thing? Thanos's throne? Does that fit in? Don't think so. Cool, so from under here we're going to have lots of hanging wires. Now, let me explain the lighting, because the lighting is actually something I'm very excited about. Okay, so lighting. First lighting that we've got is I've got flashing green LEDs that sit under here. And so those will illuminate the ground floor, and they're flickering, so it'll make it look like a very sewer light thing down there. So there'll be 4 of those flickering, hopefully at random intervals. I haven't got them and tested them yet. It sits under there, part 1. Part 2, I've got 10 small LEDs in a sequence that are going to get attached 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in the center of these, and they go toot, 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 like a landing strip. So that's going to flash along there. I've got to drill through that first, so that might be a little bit harder than I think it is, but we'll cross that bridge literally when we come to it. That's very funny, Dano. You're a comedian. I've got some natural warm lights, which I'm going to hang under here, which will illuminate that. On top of my water tank, there's going to be a flashing or a red light, which is going to sit on top of this, which is going to go here. I have this sign, which at this point in time, I say at this point in time, I have this clear plastic. Is that got something on it, or is that just... I think this has got, I think this is clear. It is clear, yep, it peels off. Anyway, so this will go over this sign, like so, and I'm going to have lighting behind it to illuminate this sign. I'm going to print on transparent paper some sign stuff, so that then this will be an illuminated sign. And then I have a purple and a pink light and a flashing blue and red light. So the purple and the pink, I think I'm just going to put them, you know, attached to random bits and bobs. You know, maybe one up here. So that's the plan with the lighting. Should be cool. Should be cool. He says, hopefully. I did some wiring tests the other day, and they were unsuccessful. So I'm going to have to lean on some wisdom from one of my other friends who knows more about this stuff than I do. She's the one that's still my head in at the moment. I'm not sure Everyone else is at a resting pose. Now that's not to say they don't have weapons, right? She's got a weapon. She's got a weapon. She's got a weapon. She's holding a gun. So there's stuff there, but I don't know, something about it. Just looking at my bits that I've got here. Yeah, little pipes. Yeah, something about it doesn't fit right. Okay, so let's assume that this chick isn't on the roof and she's actually down here. This is a fine option also. Something similar to this. And if we do this, then I'm less anti this chick when she's sort of up here. It kind of looks like she's shooting at someone on the rooftop or something. I don't know. Feels okay. Now, but the other thing is, so she could be the central focus, right? She could be sitting right here. This chick's hanging out over the end. Slide this over a little bit. She is literally right in the center, and she's our focal point. Everything is existing around her. This chick here. We have this chick here. Again, still an homage to DC. That means we get a little bit more room for this thing over here, maybe. This chick could come out a little bit. That could slide across a little bit. So if she is dead center and firing the gun, then it could feel like she's firing at the viewer. And I feel like that could work. The hoverbike is stationary, yeah. It would be a lot of work to get it to not be stationary, because she is got her hands and arms resting on the handlebars. So that would be a significant resculpt. That would be pretty much a resculpt of the entire figure. So I don't think that's going to work. So she's just going to hang out here. I like her hanging out there. I'd actually drill. So she's fine. I definitely think that's the right spot for her. Just means I need to overhang maybe that a little bit more. I don't need to go like that. Just cut that down. Use some of this maybe. Does that feel like the right approach? Yeah, and that's an absolute issue, Gary. Well observed. Anytime you have consistency, it does tend to look a little unnatural. So we could go 4 on this ground floor level. Or alternatively, you vary the levels, and that's what we've done here. We've got sort of 3 height levels down here. You'll notice they're all crouching, so that'll sort of ties into being in the sewer and a little bit underground. They're all sort of ducking to get around. Do I have any other bits I want to use from over here? Got this as a sign, maybe? Ex fortitude veritas. Hang that from there, maybe? This one was the easiest. This one came together without any difficulty. And again, we could put the hoverbike chick here, right? Ground floor, hoverbike and rolly chick hanging out down here. She's just got a very I don't know, looks like she's surveying the world from up here, which I quite like. And keep in mind, at the back is this sign, like here. Yeah, alright. So Noodle Chick's definitely going here. I think that's going to happen. So that gives me some focus for now. How do I build Noodle Chick to there? Plasticard is probably the go for this. Okay. Anyway, that's the diorama. That's what we're working towards. Oh, just broke the... Oh my god, is that is that a sign? Oh, that's quite funny, don't know. The universe works in mysterious ways. Oh, mysterious girl, I want to get close to you. Bit of Peter Andre, some of your best, don't I? Oh, mysterious girl, use your body close to mine. All supported, 10 feet tall. Well, this is why I'm bad at dioramas, alright? Because I make stuff up as we go. It just is all chaos. Absolute chaos, bedlam, insanity. Yeah, Bucks has stitched me up there, hasn't he? It's a wanker. This is one of the secret sources for my dioramas, in case you have not ever watched me do this, or bases or anything in general. This is one of my can't live without tools. It's not a cheap tool though. I do have a portable Dremel. This is not a cheap tool. This is a 2-part epoxy putty called Need It. looks like this. You can buy it from Bunnings. This tube costs about 15 to 20 bucks, and it is expensive. However, what it does that very few other putties do is it mixes together, most putties do that, and dries absolutely rock solid in about 5 minutes. So the reason I can't live without this stuff, I use it for just about everything. I use it to fill gaps. I use it to glue stuff together. Like, it's just very, very useful. I'll flip this diorama around in a second and you can see what I mean. But it's the speed. It's the speed that is actually the thing that I appreciate the most. And sometimes you're like, oh, I really need to fucking do this XYZ thing, and you're like, oh, fuck, I don't have time to stand there and hold something while it glues. Yeah, I know. What does the world come to, hey? Cool. And again, so there's little things like, so this will now dry hard as a rock, which will turn into a fixed and stable thing that I can drill into. I mean, this construction is just built with foam board, right? So you drill into foam board and then you put a fucking pin in it, and it's just going to wobble around. But because of the rigidity of this wonderful knead it will absolutely be fixed. This is what I'm talking about. So I just put this here, and not only do I not have to wait for PVA glue to dry, but this is absolutely rock solid. Same with down here. I glued this down effectively with the kneaded this here, and this is absolutely rock solid. So it's not cheap under here. Here. Sands perfectly smooth, which is nice. this out here. That probably requires another extension of that stuff. As I said, I use it for just about everything. Not cheap. I have 4 things of it over there, which is $100 worth of putty. But it is extremely useful. You don't use it for your bulk. That's why I keep alfoil over here. You can build up bulk with alfoil and then put that over the top, and it will secure it completely, which is nice. Okay. And this is why I'm bad. Oh, it's got a nice little thing down the bottom. Now, I can't recall actually doing this sort of type of construction on stream much before. I feel like I did a little bit of this sort of stuff on Hyperborea, maybe a little bit, but that is probably pretty good. Is this dried yet? Look at that, and it's dry. Incredible! Don't you? I did, you're right. I did. That is a good call. And hello to you, Nurgle. Gets a bit chaotic. I did, and I hope the same for you also. Alright, I feel okay about that. I think so. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Do I need to pin that? Probably not, don't I? Probably not. Okay, I like that because it is extending the thing. It's a great question, Gary. Haven't got that far yet. Normally I use plasticard. That will probably be what I use again. Plasticard is probably the solution. I was watching a video the other day and someone was using a very thin chipboard sheet, which looked interesting. So I may try that. It's probably cheaper than plasticard. Definitely cheaper than plasticard. Plasticard's fucking expensive. Well, this is a great question. The short answer is I don't know. I have to, and that's why I want to do some tests of, first of all, how the LEDs. I mean, I didn't paint as much on the Crimson Court diorama with LEDs. Like I didn't factor that in very much. I used sort of a normal lighting approach that I would. Sorry, I'm just in the midst of something. I'm really not sure. It may require because I also want to be thinking about the black light, right? The downside of this stuff, in case you're wondering, which I use all the time, is it doesn't smooth very effectively. It smooths okay, but not perfect. Good. Just looks like a really bad weld job, which is in keeping with this environment. Well, I also bought some plastic strips. Where's my little thing? So I bought some plastic strips to add some all sorts of stuff. Let me put this chick on. That feels good, Dano. She is locked in. She goes there. Hello, random girl somewhere. Which one am I most keen to paint? I really like this the floating chick one. She's very exciting. The hover bike. Hover bike chick is really exciting. Which one else? I really like the one that Dave did the paint job for, the one of the just the very passive chick standing in front of this thing. She's going to be great. Cool. So now let's put a pipe. Let's put an actual pipe through here. I think they're all cool. I think they're all cool models. There's going to be some complexity in the paint jobs. That's okay. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Little vent on the side. Sure, why not? I've got so many cool bits. So many cool bits. Like, look at this little thing. It's just a little... Put it on there. Or do I save it for another futuristic project? Who knows? I've got these nice little iframes, little girders. So, maybe I'll put a girder from here to here. I'm going to do a lot of that stuff at the end when I've glued it all together. And I can't glue it all together until I've done the wiring. She is. That's good. I feel she's right. I feel that's right for her to be there. I think that's the right spot for her. So that's good. We've made a good decision. This all looks fine. Some pipes there. We might add another little pipe or something over the top. What else have we got? I've got this little vent thing. A little vent. I'll put that there actually. It does look sharp. We're happy with that. Oh yeah. That's good. We'll put that there. Just a little coverage for that thing. Oh, perfect, you know, perfect. God, I love being me. Doing that. Yeah, we're gonna go pipe crazy in the long run, because we want to first of all we want to have a place to hide my LED wires. But yeah, second of all, the pipes, lots of wires. Like I've got this. Where did I put it? I've got some very thin gauge wire, which I'm going to use, which will look like electrical wires. We'll hang these underneath here like this. But that'll be quite late in the piece once I've got all of the actual wiring sort of taken care of. Good, that's good. Do we add this? No, but do we add something to help keep this secured and upright? What do we think about that, Deno, in here? I think that might be a good idea, actually. Might use brass rod for that. It is cool. It is cool. Come on. Snap, you bad boy. Sorry for the very loud noises. Loud noises! There we go. Hey, Mini Den, what's going on, my man? So, if this goes under here, that'll just give that some security. Very good. Please. How do we put that in an effective way? We use my drill! I think we take this bit off. Come off now, girly. Oh, you're amazing. Thank you, mate. So that, what about here? Just not quite big enough. Okay, in you go. Very nice. Perfect. All right, so now this goes back in. We can use some more putty. If we can find it. There it is. So next, Wednesday is when the black light and the other lights will arrive. So I will have to catch up with my friend Mark to get his advice after that. So I think we'll have about 12 LEDs across this piece, which will be fun. And yeah. I hope so. Yeah. Well, I haven't showed any of the final stuff on social media yet, but I think it's going to look pretty good. Alright, that is wedged in. Good. So that will give this piece extra stability. Once I screw this in, this is not going to move around, which means we can rest our hover bike chick on the end. We won't have to worry about the weight. She'll be fine. Good. Absolutely, we're streaming the Judging at Crimson. With a small caveat. We had 270 entries last year, and the judging went for about 4 hours, if I remember rightly. That's a lot of effort, a lot of streaming for the judges. So we may cut a little bit of that process out. We may do maybe 2 hours of streaming where we talk about just the standard category, or I don't know. Judging is in, it's on the 27th, Saturday the 27th. It will be at the time of my normal stream, roughly. No, it'll be about 2 hours before my normal stream. 2 o'clock in the afternoon for us. That is 5 hours from now on Saturday. Yeah, I agree. It is quite tremendous. Very, very fun to be involved in. Although, probably fair to say, I don't do an awful lot. It's good to hear feedback on it, right? Because it's quite a lot of effort to get the judging stream together, and it's good to hear that people enjoy watching it, what have you. Makes it worthwhile. Okay, lock that in. She looks good. So the bottom floor is good, so let's do some pipes on the bottom floor. With any streaming, right, you obviously Mini Den would know, every now and then you get people who don't appreciate what you're doing, and that's okay. But the majority of feedback we've gotten on the judging stream has been very good. And so I'm super passionate about it because I think in general judging has a little bit of what's the word? A little bit of secretiveness to it. You know, it's very much a behind closed doors type of thing, and at bigger competitions you don't get an opportunity to talk to the judges, so that's a lie, mate. I enjoy it. I appreciate it. This year we're trying something new. We're gonna have a Stream's Choice award that we're gonna give out. So the stream will actually choose a prize to be given out. So that one is I'm still trying to figure out how we're gonna make that one happen, but we'll make it happen for sure. From one of the cool star signs ones that I did. They came with these little things, which I think you were supposed to use on a display base for them, but I didn't end up getting around to it. Put it here. I like that a lot. I'm going to do that right now. Yeah, with the judging streams, the judges themselves are the ones that I worry about opening themselves up to some negativity, and I'm comfortable with copying that negativity, right? I'm comfortable with people saying, "Deno, you suck," whatever. I do suck. Oh, look, mate. Hey, that's really nice to hear. And I guess I know how much those comments mean to me when people say that to me, and as someone who understands to a lesser extent how challenging streaming is, you know, to see you consistently, continually delivering great content, and then to back that up with, you know, particularly the last 12 months, your work is just unbelievable. You know, that's inspiring and motivating for me, mate. So it's important to me to be able to send that back and say thank you for what you've done for me, which is, you know, even if I don't get to visit your streams as much as I would like, you know, to be able to see you continually striving to get better, and both from a content creation perspective and from a miniature painting perspective, it's extremely motivating. And yeah, being able to express my appreciation in a small way is nice to be able to do. But I meant what I said, mate. I think you're one of the most exciting painters in the world at the moment. The stuff that you're doing now, the way that you approach it, you know, is really really exciting to see. So nothing but love for you, mate. Hope you continue for many years to come, and continue enjoying it for many years to come. These little dice came in the gambler's chest, and they are for tracking health from dudes that have 2 health. It is the most pointless little thing. So I shan't be shan't be using them for that purpose. I shall instead be turning them into a little dice hanging ornament. Yep, the thing that's going to hold me back on this diorama is absolutely going to be the electric wiring. I'm feeling concerned about it. I did a test yesterday and I wired 4 LEDs to a 9-volt battery. 3 of them lit up very poorly. And one of them did not. Look, that's a good point. We're on the way. Wee, little hanging dice. Where do we hang them from? Great question again. Here, let me show you some of the things I got. I got this. I don't think I'm going to be able to use this, but it's an LCD screen. It was only like $20, but I don't know how to make it work. I don't know how you do anything with it. Like, you must be able to connect it to something and then make it work, but I don't know. So I was going to use this. It's going to put that here, make a little screen. I still can do that. I got no idea how to make that work. So I might see if I can convince my friend Mark to wire it for me. That'd be cool. What else have I got? I got this little thing, which is an LED circle. Yeah, an Arduino. Yeah. Yeah. It's a very interesting world that I am still struggling to comprehend. And I like my wheelhouse, right? One thing that I do that not many other people can do, yeah, it was from JCat. One thing that I can do that not many other people can do is I can paint cool models. Most of the crafting videos you see on the internet, they're very good at crafting and they make really cool stuff. But then their miniature painting is not great, you know? So I am nowhere near as good as those people when it comes to crafting and making things, but I'm very, very good at painting. So I'd like to get better at wiring electronics. I'd like to get better at making bases and making dioramas and stuff, but I don't want to lose the fact that I'm supposed to be a very good miniature painter. Supposed to be. Oh, that's good. I'm so happy. That's much more secure and stable now. Yeah, that's great. Alright, so let's put a location for our water tank. So the water tank, I think we want here. Oh, that's got a pipe there for it, Deno. You're a fucking genius. You're a fucking genius, mate. Okay. You're maybe not that much of a genius, but you're alright. So the LED is going to be in the top of this. I'm going to put a red LED at the top of this. Beep. But I reckon I can wire that from behind. So I reckon we can create a fixed thing for this. About that high, maybe. Yeah. Alright, let's use that again. Boop. And we need to drill through there again. I have a 9-volt battery, but I also ordered, which is arriving on Wednesday, a battery, DC battery, so it can actually plug into the wall. So I can do that, if that's what will work best for the scene. So I'm not sure yet. Good one, Deno. One of your best. Yeah, like those little cables that look like neon signs. I've got a couple of those too. Let's get this off. And let's get this off. Got to be able to paint it all, friends. That's the tricky part. Big day tomorrow, big day tomorrow. New Year's Day. Regular viewers of the stream, regular followers of Big Deno would know that I play board games every New Year's Day. Very enthusiastic about it this year. Oh, look at this. This is like a bought one, Deno. How good's that? Yes, so we've got a big game of Twilight Imperium tomorrow. Where did I put that? That's there. So this is where the wiring is going to happen. And I can attach that. Hello, Super Alien Man. I can attach that from behind. So this can just simply go on there, and that will be that. That's a good idea, O Panakanaba. It's a good idea. You say that Covert Madness, but we have played, we're at about, this will be about our 20th game. And there's a wonderful app that that's online that you can get called Twilight Imperium Extra Computer. And so we have been using that for our games, and we finish a game in between 4 to 6 hours. So we're starting at 11. And we'll finish that game at probably about 4. Stop for lunch, and then we will we'll play something else. bit of fun. Yeah, it's called the Extra Computer. If you Google it, you'll see it's awesome. Really, really good program. And yeah, it's so all it does is it plans the turn order, reminds you of the turn sequence, all that sort of stuff. It's unreal. Basically fixes 90% of what slows the game down. Doesn't speed up the decision making from peanuts though. Yeah, what do we want to do about the shooting girl? It's a real challenge because it's basically the main part of this diorama that I'm unhappy about. It's coming. It's coming on Tuesday. Yeah, I got all the other bits. They came in a separate. They came in a separate thing. We got all the other bits, and the Dragon Goblin's coming on Tuesday. So, yeah, I'm pretty jazzed to paint that. Where do we want my dice? We need to put it all together again. This is annoying. How are we going to attach this to this, Deno? We just drill into there and then have those in like that. Probably that's the best way to do this. Yeah, it does look quite big. Idiot. Oh, yeah, the battery, you piece of shit. So tell me about the elevator idea, Gary. I'm not saying no. I'm just saying, where do you see the elevator going? Where do you see it sitting? We have quite a... Oh, perfect, you know. It's perfect. Geez, you're good at this. You're good at this malarkey. Okay. Tell me more. These are good. Alright, so we want that. Need to put it together. Sorry, friends. It's a mission. Got to make sure everything fits. I'm going to put it together, and you can explain it to me. Because I'm not really visualizing it as well as it would seem you are. Water tank looks good, Deno. Pipe's a bit wonk style, but that's okay. Might need to add a little bit of extra support. Sure, I've got something I can support that with. How about this girder? Or do we use a crisscross thing? Crisscross will make you jump, jump. That'll make you jump, jump. Use one of these, I suppose. It's chaos building this shit with me, friends. It's absolute chaos. Yeah, that needs supporting, so I will use this. Okay, let me finish this, Gary, and then I'll have a mull over what you're saying. Why are you not gluing, you absolute rank amateur? A lot of very average welding happening in this steampunk world. Alright, good. This is all nice and steady now. Perfect. Alright. So, okay, round base with a rod in the middle standing behind, one gun to the right and the other one to the left. A round base with a rod to the center, going up, over underneath it. So you're talking about like an elevator over here, off this side. So the theory that I've got working at the moment is this is actually underground. So this is a sewer level. So this is supposed to be the road, the ground floor, if you will. So having an elevator that goes from here to here doesn't make sense from that perspective. Not saying we're writing it off yet. We could have an elevator from here to here, and we do have some overhanging bits over here, so it's not out of the realms of possibility. I mean, I suppose we could do a manhole cover or something, but Hmm. I think the only way that I can make it work is her in the middle as the the main attraction, as it were. So she is standing front and center, and she's kicking ass and taking names. That's the only thing I think works. Mick back, it's good to see you, mate. People have made that joke already today, and I'll repeat the same response I gave to them. It could be if I wanted it to be, mate. It could. But I don't think we need it to be, so... I don't think we need it to be as yet. Alright, let's get our sign. So, sign goes like this. Sign goes like this. And let's have a look at the height of that. That is too high. Get to about there, I reckon. Okay. How do we do this? Do we affix these to that and then paint the sign separately? Or do we affix these to the sign and then have that be drilled in? What is going to be easiest to wire electronics? Probably this knot. So these will be glued on there. Okay. These are tubes, but I think I'm actually going to have the wires hanging free from this one. You too, buddy. Thank you. You don't need to be on here. You'll just fall off and break. Chaos incarnate. If we can't drill through this nice and smoothly, there's something wrong with me. Okay. You're a wizard, Deno. Guess what time it is? Who wants to eat some cereal? We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. Can't go wrong with this stuff, I'm telling you. This will be wedged tight. We'll leave that to dry. But that looks good. I like that sign. That's gonna look sick. Probably should have checked the. No, I can change the position of this around quite a lot. This is relatively easy to change. This girl. Let's pull this out. I haven't drilled her in yet. Good of you to check this, Deno. Yeah. So I'm just going to have to tilt her a little further forward, which will be fine. Let's. I wonder if I should add this to there. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Be like that. I want it to have a very cyberpunk aesthetic, right? It's just chaotic stuff everywhere. Flashy lights, signs. This goes here. A sign goes there. This goes here. Now we should put it all together. See, and then I'll take the camera off and move it around so you can have a look. That's good. This chick's right in the middle, in the front and center, and this needs to be off center like that. Maybe we should put that in the middle of that. Yeah, that's good. Maybe she's robbing an ATM. Does that make sense? Good place to do it. In the middle of the street. See ya, Mini Dan, you're a superstar. Thank you. Boom, bum, bum. Front and center. It makes the mamba. Listen to the radio. Don't you remember? We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. Built this city. We're building this city on rock and roll. Well, mommy takes the mama. Listen to the radio. Don't you remember? We're building this city. We built this city on rock and roll. What do we think these sides? I feel like the circle chick looks much better on the other side. But this ATM is giving me grief now. I'm absolutely using it, and it absolutely has to go there in this spot or in that general area. But does that make this look a little bit cramped? Tend to agree, Gary. Tend to agree. This chick's a bit of a plain Jane, really, isn't she? Where's that pole thing? This pole thing. Goes here, maybe. Explain to me more. Do you mean on the other side, covert madness? You know what I think I need? I think I need to put her on some boxes over here, or some metal crates. We need some height on this level. What have I got that we can get height with? We can build some stuff. Maybe some barrels, Dano. Maybe some barrels? Standing on some barrels? Let's put her back over the other side and have a look. So I like that for two reasons. One, it her face sort of facing out this way, which is good. We've got a lot of circle elements on this side. Circle, 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 circle. So it sort of ties in circle, which is kind of cool. I've definitely got some barrels. maybe just this. Just this bad boy. Does that work with the ATM? Kind of. Yeah, that feels way better. That feels way better. Okay. How do I make that work? So what I try to think about with composition is we're trying to vary the height. We're trying to create negative space, and we're trying to create depth. So height and depth are the two things you think about. So part of what I would prefer to avoid with this chick is her to be standing directly underneath that chick. Right, so I'd prefer her to be off to the side, sort of here-ish, create more visual interest. So to do that, I sort of need to slide this over a little bit, which is not really working. I suppose that's not too bad. That's not too bad at all, really. And then this goes here. This root of all evil sign can go here. It's good. Where do I do my little dice hanging from? Where are my little hanging dice? Here they are. I'm very happy about this idea. From there, maybe. Worry about that later. Okay, I actually feel like this is the right play. So if I do that, I can fill this here with plastic card like that, fill that space. So this is a door. If we remove that, it is no longer a door. It is just some stuff. That feels right. She can go here. She's there. Yep, that looks pretty damn good to me. Where does this pole thing go now? I really want to use this pole. I think it's really cool. Does it have a place? Yes, it does. Good. My sign is in play here. Good. My other sign is in play there. Do I use just more from my helicopter toy that I bought? go somewhere up here, maybe. Might just tilt her in slightly. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Incentium, that's a very interesting question. Thank you for asking it. When did I start getting into it? I really probably got into miniatures in about grade 5 or 6 in school. So that's like 13 or 14. I played Warhammer. I played a Warhammer tournament back in that age time. It was very good. And I sort of spent a lot of time painting back then. Painted a lot. I was one of the only ones of my friends with a fully painted army. And I started working for Games Workshop when I finished school. Kept playing and kept painting. And I continued that hobby for quite a long time now. It wasn't until about 7, 8 years ago, that I started getting into the display side of the hobby, which is where I feel my real passion lies these days. Yeah. That's fortunate, don't I? But I think I've been doing this for 25 plus years. Which is a long time. Long time to do anything, really. It absolutely is a long time to do anything. Merry Christmas to you, Sleepy Slang. Hope you are doing wonderfully well. That is slightly off center and that is annoying. There we go. It's okay that stuff's falling apart, mate. We'll fix it. You can call me Bob the Builder. Yeah, it's evolved. It's evolved, unfortunately, as most of my ideas do. Evolved into something different. There probably won't be any painting today. I do have a project I'm working on, which is this chick. So I'll probably do some painting on her tomorrow night if I stream. And then I'm going to have the Sparrow Goblin arriving soon from Kingdom Death, so I'll definitely paint that soon. But no, for the moment, we're plugging away on this borderline insane project. Yes, I'm gonna do my review um, of top board games for this year very soon. I'm gonna do that on Twitter today. Um, the game that I've been playing quite a lot. Oh, Sleepy Slank, you're a lunatic. The game that I've been playing a lot is Endless Winter, worker placement game. I'm enjoying that, and but yeah, I'm starting to get pretty jazzed for the game called Apiary, which I'm going to try and find today and buy today if I can. We'll see. Stonemaier Games, also worker placement. You don't need to buy subs, mate. This is not a channel where subs are mandatory, expected, always appreciated, but this is not something that people need to do. So I'll tell you another reason why I'm very jazzed about this approach that I'm doing right now. It gives me more room for posters. I'll be able to put some cool posters here. Well, I appreciate you. And thank you very much. Okay, so now we can drill this chick. Yes, if there's a choice, I'd much rather people subscribe to someone like Miniden, who does this as a career and requires it to put food on the table. I do not. I do not require it to feed myself. At the moment, that might change soon. I might not have a job soon. Could be good, could be bad. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. Yeah, I've said this many times, man. I don't want to do this for a living. I think it would be a short-term thing for me. I could see myself making videos for a living, right? I really like making videos, and that sounds dumb because I don't do it very much. But and Benny and I were chatting the other day about video making and content and stuff, and it's like I like building, I like making videos. But it just so happens that the only thing I really would be good enough at making videos at is this. Yes, yeah, exactly. I had a great time making those. Yeah, there's I mean, I've got lots of ideas for content. My initial plan for this was to make a video out of my construction of this diorama, but my approach to everything is very chaotic, and I don't like having to set up. I better set up my video camera to film this thing. That's perfect, you know. That is absolutely perfect. I love that. I love that. Do you know why? Because she's not tucked behind that. She's just offset from it. And then this chick. Oh, look at that. She's not it. Oh, the lines. The lines. I might pull the camera off so you can see what it looks like from my view. And we might take off. Alright, so here we go. So this camera zoomed out. So this ground floor is going to have green lighting. Flickering green lighting. So we've got a sewer that's flickering with green lighting. We've got 3 chicks standing there. They're all very good. So the next level as we go up is this floor. Where's my circle girl? Here she is. Oh, don't fall off your bike, pretty lady. So she's there. This chick can maybe just fractionally move across. So that's the two of them together. Feels nice. As you can see, lighting down here is a problem, right? So that's why we need the green lights, and potentially that might not be enough. And we go up to the top floor. You can see my screen in the background. We're having a full Inception moment. How fun's that? So this, we've got the biker chick, and we've got the chick on the sign. So she's sitting about here, which means she's in her own line like this. This chick's got her own height. This chick's in the center. This chick's over here. We've got a chick here. We've got a chick here. And we've got a chick here. And then the last one is the biker girl. And she's going to go here. So we'll make sure that she is in her own line down there. And again, depth. We're looking at depth so that the sign chick's back here. She's here, she's here, she's here, she's here. She'll be out the front. Depth, height, etc. So it's quite big. Quite big indeed. But I'm loving it. Let's put everything on so you can all see. Let's put all the girls there. This is actually probably the most progress. It didn't make any sense, mate. You're a gibberer. This is probably the most, well, it's definitely the most progressed that Diorama's been, you absolute fuckwit. No, I meant the most progressed on the construction, all of the little bits and pieces. Does composition get harder or easier on bigger? It definitely gets harder. Absolutely. The 333 is maybe an issue, Gary. It's maybe, but I think it's an issue that I'm okay with having because the space is nicely filled, which you'll see in a moment. And we're not talking about a natural a naturally occurring thing, which is what you want to try and avoid when you're doing things in nature like trees or plants or stuff. Having evenly distributed numbers of those never works. But in this instance, having evenly distributed people will look okay, I think. So this may even come out a little bit more. I may straighten this even more. We'll decide that later on. But the other thing to keep in mind, great man, is that this chick here kind of looks on her own level. These three are not really on the same. Whoop. So we're kind of okay on that front. Now that we've got everything in place, yeah, it feels like a nice spot. Not there. There's too far over. this on. Let's put this on. And that's it. That's the Cyberpunk City. She's down the bottom because she's crouching. Because there is a lot of height problems down there in the sewers. All right, let's have a look. So I'll just get a different angle so you can see we've got some nice angular changes there, which is good. And then from this side, so dead space is here. How can we fill that dead space? What widgets do we have over here that we could fill that dead space with? What gizmos? Well, I think maybe some barrels or something. Yeah, barrels or boxes. I might need to go get some barrels. What have I got in my pile of goodies? Got some steppy things. Oh, those are good. Keep those. What's on here? Oh, keep that too. Very small fire hydrant, maybe? No? I have a box of many things. A box of many things. The interesting thing about these sorts of dioramas, I never find myself really struggling with motivation because there's always different things to paint or do. You know, sometimes you'd be like, I don't feel like painting today, so I'm going to go. Ooh. It's going to be cool for whatever I use it for. There's always different things to do. Go Doc Ock. This little head. I've got it. It's a floating ship. It's a good little ship. It's from Scale 75, one of their little chibi ranges. Chibis are good. I like chibis. I feel like I definitely have some barrels or something in here, but Sharkman. Alright, I've got wooden barrels. So maybe I guess. Ow, stop poking yourself, didn't I? Keep that dinner. It's a piece. Alright. Sleepy saying, you trying to be funny, mate? There's a big billboard here, you dipshit. It's right there. Don't appreciate your attitude sometimes. You're a straight up gibberer. No, it's going to have to be... I mean, I've got this, but I don't think that fits there. Too big. This maybe? Don't think that fits either. Maybe I'll just put some little knickknacks, accoutrement, as it were. Little bits and bobbies. Very helpful, Sleepy Slang. Very helpful. Not at all helpful, actually. I think I might ban you from the stream. Get it done. I'm going to leave it there, friends. Chimney's not a bad idea, but it's not really connected to anything. Not really connected. And if you missed it before, this is the lit up things. All right, we've got this billboard sign which lights up. We've got the top of this water pipe which is going to light up with a red flashing LED. It's a water thing. This is going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 lights in sequence that go doot, 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 like a landing strip thing, which I might add is very cool. And then we're going to have the green lights underneath, and then we're going to have some ambient white lights up the top here. And then I'm going to have a giant black light which sits here. And we'll turn the black light on and all the LEDs off, and then everything should glow in the dark. We'll see. We'll see if that's going to work. Maybe this is the spot for this thing. Just goes there. I'm going to leave it there, friends. That'll do for today's stream. Hope you all have a wonderful and happy new year. I will be probably kicking on with this over the next couple of weeks, but as discussed, we have plans to ramp up our streaming into the Crimson Brush, and then I'll be taking some time off in February. So hope you all enjoy. Have a fantastic New Year's. You're wonderful. We'll talk about our New Year's goals over the next few streams, about our goals for hobby over the next few. Anyway, let's trundle off. Have a great night. Have a great day. Have a great year. Big General.